welcome back. Today I'll be doing the tag entitled Books I Need to Read in 2013. I was tagged by the creator of the tag, who was X-Obsessed Reader X, and I'll put a link to her channel and her original video down below, so go and check them out. Now, the purpose of this video is just a listing of the books that you'd like to read this year and the reasons why you would like to pick them for this year. You can pick as many books as you want. Lord knows I could do this entire bookcase and this shelf up here because I haven't read any of those yet. I mean, it's just ridiculous. You know, those book hauls. Anyway, I picked about 15 books, and just going to go ahead and get started. And the first one I'm picking is just a book I've wanted to read for some time because I'm a big fan of the movie, and I want to read the book version. And that's Jurassic Park and The Lost World. Loved this movie. I've heard the book's slightly different. I mean, you want to do that comparison, you know, and see what it's like. Yeah, I've been putting this one off for so long, but definitely going to move this one up. And the next one is just part of my New Year's resolutions for reading was to read more classics, and this one because I'm into the Jasper Fforde Thursday Next series, and there's a lot of references to this main character, especially in the very first book, The Eyre Affair. So it is Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte, and I absolutely love this edition. This is the Penguin Classic Deluxe edition. It's pretty cool. It's got the decked edges and the French flaps and stuff, but that's of the classics, that one's sort of up at the top there that I want to get to. The next one is just a book I happened to see on a fellow book blogger's channel. Her channel is One Book, One Review, and she does a whole bunch of different types of genres that she reads, and sometimes she'll just almost choose a book just based on the cover, which I know a lot of us that does influence our opinion, but she's very daring. She'll just jump in there and say, that looks interesting, I'm going to try it, without sometimes even reading a synopsis. And that's sort of kind of what she did with this particular book. Kind of kept it a mystery to herself, which is kind of neat. And that is the End of Mr. Y by Scarlett Thomas. This is a really cool cover. And it does have just a brief synopsis. It's about a book entitled The End of Mr. Y that it seems like anybody, the copies are very rare, and anybody who has read it, including the author, seems to have disappeared. Kind of sounds reminiscent of Carlos Ruiz Zafón's The Shadow of the Wind, but in that case, it seems like all the copies of the book have disappeared. Like someone was buying them up and destroying them. So this is more like the people reading it disappear. So funny that you are now going to be sitting down reading a book called The End of Mr. Y. Hopefully I won't disappear. But it sounds intriguing. And I've been wanting to read it, and I picked it up right away, and it's just been sitting on my shelf. So I'm going to try and move this up this year. Now, this is by no means a strict TBR, as I'm going to read this one next month and this one. I'm just kind of hoping to fit them in this year, so I'm not going to hold myself to it, but I would like to try. The next group are sort of sequels to books I've already started and need to continue, and the first one of those is Scarlet, because Cinder was just amazing. I can't wait to continue that series. It was a pretty quick read, even though it is a bit of a monster. It was just so engaging and intriguing that I flew through the first one, so hopefully I will do the same with this one. The next sequel is Book 2 in The Devouring by Simon Holt. This is Solstice. I did a review of The Devouring. That book freaked me out. I had some nightmares with that. I heard a lot of people have had, it's pretty freaky, but I want to know where the rest of the story is going and about devourers and what they're up to. If you haven't picked up the series yet, definitely do so. And, of course, speaking of Thursday Next, the latest book that is out by Jasper Fforde is The Woman Who Died a Lot. So I've just finished re-listening to all of the books on audio so I could kind of get everything fresh in my mind. So before that fades again, I want to jump into this latest book. Again, along the lines of sequels and or prequels in this case, James Dashner's The Kill Order. Read The Maze Runner, loved it. I've heard mixed feelings about this. It's not as good, not what people expected. So I'm a little hesitant to start it. Maybe that's why, but this will complete that whole series, so I definitely need to get onto it and see how this whole world kind of started and what the heck happened. And the last of the sequel books is, again, quite a big series that I've been involved in. The last book is coming out, I think it might be later this year, but I still need to read the one right before that, and that's the Gone series. This is the latest Fear by Michael Grant. again, it's a monster. I've had this sitting on my shelf since it came out. Maybe that's why, because it's just so big. Yeah, I need to continue with this and get prepared for the latest one. I've seen on Ryan Reed's Books channel what the last book in the series is going to look like in the UK covers, and it's amazing. It's like all black pages with like lightning going through it or something. It sounds really cool. But anyway, I feel like I got to get going on this series. Now the next stack of books is books that it just seems like everybody has read but me. That kind of situation, you know. I'm like, I need to get on the ball. I keep hearing people talk about this, and I'm falling behind, and I just need to kind of get with it. So the first one is Markus Zusak's The Book Thief. Apparently told from the point of view of death, I think it is. Got some unique illustrations through it. I don't really know too much more about the story, but everyone says it's amazing, and you have to read it. Life-changing, as this is. The book can be life-changing, so need to get with it here. This one is just, this is, I don't know if it's dystopian. Oh, post-apocalyptic world. Yeah, it's Marie Lu's Legend. The latest one, Prodigy, just came out, so I don't want to fall too behind in the series. I've had this one sitting on my shelf since it came out, and other things seem to jump in the way, so definitely need to start reading that. And this one is along the lines of contemporary, because I should be more contemporary, I think, and it's gotten some good reviews. This is Jennifer E. Smith's, take a deep breath, The Statistical Probability of Love at First Sight, one of the longest freaking titles I've ever heard of. But this one at least is not a monster like all the other ones, so it shouldn't take too long to read, and just to break up some of these other types of apocalyptic and dystopian books and things like that. So throw in some contemporary, little light-hearted romance. Everybody can use that. And then this one, they just concluded the series. Everyone's complaining about the cover changes. I don't know that I really favor one cover style or the other, but I only have book one, and that is Across the Universe by Beth Revis. Yeah, actually, it's got a neat inside cover design with the plan of the ship and everything. I think that's kind of cool. But yeah, I mean, it's okay cover. Yeah, it's kind of space and everything. It's the sci-fi. I hear it's really, really good. I don't know if I like it when I continue what I'm going to do, get paperbacks or try and match them all. Who knows? I don't want that mismatch on my shelf. But maybe that's why I'm not continuing on it yet. I don't know. It's also kind of big. But, yeah, heard some really good things about it, so need to read that. This one, for the most part, most people seem to like it. It's adult fantasy or something? But it isn't the adult section, actually. It's Erin Morgenstern's The Night Circus. This is I think it's the American hardcover. I actually like the paperback design better, but, you know, I got this for like $5 at a library sale. Ooh, that's dizzying. Ooh. I got it, yeah, ooh, that's kind of nice. I hadn't actually seen the inside there. But I got it for $5 at a library sale, so I'm like, hey, snatched it up, and do plan on reading it. Hopefully this year. We'll see. And the last two are, lots of people seem to be reading them lately again, and they're parts of series, so the series are quite long, and they're making movies out of them. They're either out or coming out very, very soon. So I want to see the movies, because at least the one that's out now, it has a really great trailer. It sounds really interesting. And the two are Cassandra Clare's The City of Bones, and Kemi Garcia and Margaret Stoll's Beautiful Creatures. I have quite a few of the books in the series. If you can see some of the other Beautiful Darkness, Beautiful Chaos. I don't have the last one yet. And then I have City of Ashes, City of Glass. I even have the Clockwork Angel and Clockwork Prince. I haven't read any of them. It's ridiculous. So we need to jump on the first of each of these series and get going. Again, not too big, but this one's a monster. Yeah. Giant paperweight. Anyway, need to get on these books. So those are the ones I picked for books I kind of need to try and get to this year. God, that's a big stack. So, what books have you guys got to read? What have been sitting there collecting dust on your shelves? What do you need to move up on your TBR list? Let me know, post them down below, or if you decide to do your own video, let me know, and definitely link it to X Obsessed Reader X. That's quite a name. Link it to her original video so they can keep them all together. Thanks for creating that video and for tagging me, and hope you guys decide to do it. If I'm going to tag a few people. I'm tagging Ryan Reed's books, Emma Hart's books, Duvet Day Devours, Izziness89, The Book Jazz, and Pen to Paper Blog. So if you haven't been tagged, don't worry. Go ahead and do it if you feel like it. It's, anybody is welcome to do it. I'm sure we all have those lists, you know, like I said. So thanks for watching, and happy reading.